unbelievable times. I really hope we stay friends forever. There have been some amazing highlights for me that I like to mention. Winning the 2 Olympic gold medals, 2 world championships, and of course, winning the 2 Stanley Cups. They are definitely on top of my list, and I still remember the parades here in Denver. They were unbelievable. Another highlight was always beating the Red Wings. But beating them at Game 6 at McNichols Arena in the Western Conference Finals in '96, before sweeping the Panthers in the finals, were awesome. Oh, here's a point that unfortunately I have to talk about. Those injuries. They were part of my career, and I like to praise the whole Avalanche medical and training staff for their patience and knowledge throughout my career. I also want to thank all the doctors and people around the world that have helped me to try to get back playing again. But when I played this game, it's a little better to talk about that, but I tried to give my team the best chance to win every single night. I always tried to play with passion and energy, because that's the only way I knew how to play. And I want you to know that even with all those injuries, I would not change one thing. I am very, very happy with my career. It was all worth it. And after using, I don't know, like 500 pairs of skates, 1,500 sticks, and having over 20 surgeries, I still had the desire to play at the highest level last season. I strongly believed I owed it to myself to try one more time. And I want to thank the Avalanche organization to give me this opportunity. Because I sincerely wanted to play in front of you all again, but it just couldn't happen. And I'm sorry it didn't work out. So it was not easy to leave this game that I love, but it became too dangerous, and I was not going to put myself in that precarious situation at this stage of my career. Thank you. But looking back though, I was fortunate to have an unbelievable NHL career that started in Quebec, 1994. Surrounded by a solid core of players, especially you, Joe Sakic. You truly exemplified the ultimate captain and teammate. What I will always take away as your teammate throughout the 11 seasons together is how we saw the game. And winning was our only goal. It didn't matter who our line mates were or our coach does. We just wanted the best for the team. I have such great respect for you and could never have asked for a better teammate and friend. Thank you, Joe. Finally, I'd like to thank you, great fans of Colorado. And all the fans around the world for your unconditional support and the way you embraced me from the beginning. And tonight, I'm privileged to see my jersey raised to the banners next to Mr. Bork, Mr. Roy, and Mr. Sakic. I am overwhelmed, I'm proud, and I will never, ever forget this high honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Avalanche fans. Oh, but before you sit down, Peter, I believe there's one last item we need to take care of. Could you please take your position for the moment we've all been waiting for? Avalanche fans, please stand and join us as we raise number 21 to the rafters. Raise the banner in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth player to have his number retired as an Avalanche, number 21, Peter Forsberg.
That is awesome. Just awesome, and the emotion in his face says it all. Not a dry eye here in Pepsi Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The Avalanche and the National Hockey League lost several beloved members of the hockey family this past offseason. Former Avalanche forward Wade Belak passed away earlier this summer. Shortly after, a tragic plane crash in Russia claimed the lives of former Avalanche and Red Wings defenseman Ruslan Salei and former Avalanche defenseman Karlis Skrastins. The Avalanche players will wear a commemorative decal on their helmets for the entire season in recognition of their fallen teammates and friends. Now, please join us in a moment of silence in remembrance of Wade Belak, Ruslan Salei, and Karlis Skrastins.
Yes, I understand that every life must end. As we sit alone, I know someday we must go on. Oh, I'm a lucky man to count on both hands the ones I love. Some folks just have one, yeah, others they got none. Stay with me, oh, let's just breathe.
Just talk about the emotion out there, especially at the beginning.
Well, I was standing up there for a while watching the highlights, and I got a little emotional up there. But when I was walking to the ice, I wasn't that nervous anymore. But it was great. It's been I've been looking forward to this day for a while now, and it feels great to have it done. I felt like it was a great night. Before I've been here the last couple of years, it's been, could I play foot, blah blah blah, and today it just was unbelievable, and I will always remember this night. It was great.
Sort of plans for the near future right now? What are you doing these days?
Well, it's a few things going on back home in Sweden. Actually, I'm in school. Me and Marcus he's a GM of Moto. I'm assistant GM, and a few companies going. So it's a lot of things going on. Actually, I thought you played hockey. The most things you have to think about. The hardest thing you have to think about was who you're going to give the tickets to. It's a few more things going on right now, but I kind of wanted to say it on the ice too. I really enjoy my life nowadays. It's been tough the last couple of years, but right now it's great. So I can't say anything negative about my life. I'm going back to Sweden, and even if it's cold and dark, I still enjoy being back there. We have not set a date yet. No, we do it the Swedish way.
Why the fans have taken to you so much since you've been here?
Well, I don't, like I said, I don't really know why, but I think yes, they were asking me on the bench now when I look at my highlights, and what I want them to watch, I only want to show the most is how I played. Like I was involved, I was running people, I was wrestling, and like what Joe said too, I was opening up spots for everybody else on the ice, and I think that's what's. Maybe the audience saw too. The fans saw that too. I was every single night. It was not like I was going out there and coming off the ice not sweating. I didn't enjoy losing, and I was giving everything on the ice every single night. I think that's what I'm hoping people remember me for, and that's what I'm hoping people cheered so much today.
Who did you shake hands with on the Red Wings bench there?
Zetterberg. Yeah.
Was that it, or?
Yeah, it was only Zetterberg.
Zetterberg,
Yeah.
okay.
I only saw him. So we me and Henrik, we played it together a couple of times in the Olympics and a few other times, and we are not too far from each other where we grew up, and we have a charity thing together. So it was nice of him to come on the bench.
Can you describe it a little, what you did last night with a party or something or anything like that when you were here?
Well, we have a lot of friends from Sweden, so we set up a little party. First, we played a little bit of golf at the Ridge, and then came down, had dinner at the Capitol Grill. Unbelievable! I like that place, and going there every time I'm here. And then we went to Footy's house for a while. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more anyway.
So, Peter, for the 15 years that we've been covering you here, we've tried to get you to acknowledge how good you are, and you never do, and you look down. Now, after seeing all of this and hearing the fans, do you kind of go, hey, yeah, maybe I'm not so bad?
Yeah, but I like when I played, I never watched myself play. Once in a while you see the highlights, but I don't think I ever seen a whole game when I played. I don't know why, but I never enjoyed seeing myself on TV, so maybe that's why I didn't watch a game. But now, when I retired, I go around and I had to go with a few companies and do a few things, and they show highlights, and yeah, sometimes I can say, yeah, I was pretty good.
What was more important to your winning here, the closeness you had with your teammates or the raw skill that you all demonstrated? As you absorb all this tonight, can you say that one was more important than the other?
No, not really, but I think when I talked to Patrick Rod on the phone today, and we both said, you remember how unbelievable many friends and how good friends we were. I think if you play in a winning team, you grow a bond, and you win those cups together. It's a lot of things that happen, and it makes you really close. And I think, yes, you won the cup, and you have a ring and stuff, but the friendship I don't think it's ever going to go away. So I don't know. It's hard to which one, but I think the teammates and how well you got to know them is one thing that's never going to leave me.
Yeah. Congratulations, first of all. 2 quick questions. Number one is, you said you're going to school. Are you majoring in anything? And then number 2 is, being an assistant GM now, do you kind of understand what Pierre went through during his time a little bit?
Yeah, I would say so. But yeah, I'm in economics school in Stockholm, and yeah, my girlfriend is studying economics too, so she dragged me to school there. She's like, "You're not sitting at home. I'm going to school," so I had to go there too. But it's a year in school, and I really enjoy it. Actually, I think I was pretty lazy when I played. It's actually pretty hard to play hockey. It's not, you practice, you play a lot, and you come home late at night. But I think I had to go back to school. I invested in a few things back home, so I really want to know what's going on, and not just sit around. Just be 100% involved, and so that's why I would say, hockey is over, and I have to start a new life. I can't just sit around and not do anything. So that's why I'm doing school and other things. And with the GM, I definitely understand Pierre now. But to be honest, I never had an argument with Pierre. When we signed a deal, I think 1 year, one contract there, the last one, I think took 2 minutes. That was quick, and he just called, and we called him, and he said, "I got to call Mr. Kroenke," and then he called back, "Yeah, you're good, we have a deal." And so, but I definitely understand the other side of we're on the ice and played, and all the work, and not only the GM, but everything that goes around in a hockey team. I met everybody that's working around with KSC, and how many people that works with the team, and how much they do. So like I can say, I appreciate it, and I know what they're doing. For us, it's just going out and playing and go home and have a beer. But it's a lot of things going, behind the scenes in the hockey team too.
What do you remember the most about coming here for the first time in '95? And could you ever have envisioned any of this stuff happening?
No, not, coming here, from, Quebec was big for me because I'm a small town in Sweden, and then moving here to Denver was even bigger. And I remember driving around here, I didn't even know where to go and stuff like that, and I had to go with the other guys, with Nolan and reaching these guys because we lived in the same place. And I don't think nobody knew what we was getting into. This has turned out to be an unbelievable hockey town, and we could not, you look back and how fortunate we were that we had such a good team for so long. As a hockey player, you could not ask for anything more. But when we got here, it was, they had I think it was the Denver Grizzlies, and they won the championship maybe the year before. But there was an unbelievable, how it, from the beginning, it started selling out, and people started knowing hockey, and it turned out to be unbelievable good.
It sounds like you're leaning toward a business executive type of career. Would you entertain any kind of hockey management career, though, in the NHL?
Well, no, not in NHL. No, I'm gonna live back home in Sweden. I think I go back and forth between my hometown Örnsköldsvik and Stockholm, and Mark is actually doing everyday work, but we talk, and I'm there maybe 2 or 3 days a week. But no, I don't think I know how much work it is behind it, and I have a few other things on the side. We have an airline. We're involved in the hotel. We got a golf course, and I have to put myself into those businesses first, and maybe one day I can have more time for hockey. But right now, it's a few other things, and doing kind of the assistant job on half time.